Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is part 3. So, I now know, based on having organized it a bit better, how many parts this video will be. It's going to be 11 parts, and we're into part 3. This is a kind of a cool part. Normally I show some big books more towards the end, but I'm going to make this video show some big books as well. So I'm going to show, I consolidated all my Heritage auctions and I sent them to my Stackry account. So this is going to be my Heritage auction wins. And we're going to start off pretty light, actually, with this book. This is more fund comics. It was basically a artist relief fund that they were, like a legal fund that they were setting up. And a whole bunch of artists worked on this book, like Adam Hughes and a whole bunch of artists. So this one, I didn't actually get this one from Heritage, but this one I just paid, it was $2. I just picked it up for $2. But I did win a similar book from Heritage Auctions with a specialty cover, like a variant cover, that is signed by all the different artists. So that's going to be in here somewhere. So we're going to look for that. Hopefully it's easy to find. So the first is whatever's in this package. And I kind of won a bunch of weird auctions. So sometimes I'll put bids on things that are not necessarily like ones that I'm chasing or anything, but it's just at a low bid, it's like $1 or $2, and I'll put a bid in, and sometimes I win. So this is one of those it's actually kind of a cool book. It's 9.8 of A Thing from Another World. This was a Dark Horse series from 1992, and I guess the reviews of it were quite good, so you never know. This is kind of a cool book that I won for cheap. That's all I can say about it, to tell you the truth. It's a story by John Arcudi story, and cover by John Higgins. It's kind of a cool cover, though. So that's the first random Heritage auction win that I got. But there are some big books in here. Trust me. Some really big books that are mixed in with this auction. Okay. I think actually we're going to get to a few right off the bat. So it has a lot of bubble wrap. I'm going to just pull it off here. Believe it or not, I actually reduced the amount of packaging before recording this video. It was actually more even than what I'm showing right now. Okay, the next one is, actually I have this twice. I didn't realize it when I bought it, because it was an order that I'd placed a long time ago, and it took me a while to get that order, and then so I forgot that I had bought this. So this is my second copy. This one's a higher grade one though. It's a 6.0, but it is a restored copy. The bottom edge was trimmed. Oh yeah, I can see that. Okay, so the bottom edge is trimmed, which makes it present better, but it is kind of annoying that they trimmed it. But it does look, it's like a very nice cover by Joe Doolin, I believe. It's or Rob. What does it say? It doesn't say who did the cover, but I think it's Joe Doolin or Rob Lovers, or Bob Lovers, I should say. It's Bob Lovers, Lily Renee, Matt Baker. Yeah, so a bunch of pretty cool artists were involved with this. I think this is a Bob Lovers cover. So kind of a cool cover though. Nice Good Girl art cover. So that's Ranger Comics number 37. And this is a really great one. It's a L.B. Cole. This is Terrors of the Jungle. And it's kind of a cool L.B. Cole one. This is so these were reprints. This is Terrors of the Jungle. It's a series that I'm trying to get the complete run. I'm like missing one issue right now. So this is Terrors of the Jungle number 4. It's cool, like kind of I don't know, dinosaur-like one. I'm not sure, dinosaur, dragon-like thing. So, yeah, and it's always this girl in a kind of leopard skin bikini. And just a really cool cover. I really like it. So, yeah, it's a really great series. I'm trying to get the complete run. And it's, if I can do it, it'll be really nice. Okay. So next. Okay. And yeah, these are the, there's a few wins that are like really odd, but they were just like low bid. Sometimes on Heritage you get like these wins where, you know, on Heritage, usually, you know, you see the prices and they just go through the roof, but sometimes nobody bids on something and you can get it like $1 or maybe $2. I think I paid like $20-$30 for these. So this is kind of a, like, and if it's a 9.8, hey, it might be worth something in my mind, you know. This is, I'm trying to remember what this, there is key significance to this. So this is, I believe, the resurrection of Elektra. So this is Daredevil number 190. It's a Frank Miller story, and Frank Miller cover. And so yeah, so just kind of a cool book. Resurrection of Elektra. I'm a big fan of Elektra, so it's kind of a cool book. Even though, you know, it was a cool book to win at a great price. So definitely a great book to win. So I love those wins where you can get it for almost the cost of the slab. So that's what's really great. In a 9.8 too, which is kind of nice. And this one was one that I did actively bid on. And again, it went for actually a pretty good price. I'm finding that certain books, they're going down in price right now. So this is Spider-Man 121. And this is the death of Gwen Stacy. So this is just like a classic book. To me, this is like always going to be a major key for Spider-Man. And it is one that I just never had in my collection. I have a Swedish version of this, but I didn't have the regular version. So I always wanted this one in my collection. And I want the next one too. I actually still don't have 122, which is the next one where the death of Green Goblin happens. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 121. So very cool. John Romita cover. Okay. That's that one. So it's mostly slabs in this Heritage auction. These are all my Heritage auction wins. It's mostly slab comics. They wrapped it really, really well. Okay, so this one, oh wow. Okay, so this is major. As I said, there was some major books in here. I knew there were a couple major books, and these are some of them. So, the first one is not so major. It is Amazing Spider-Man 101, a Spectacular Spider-Man 101. This is just a really cool classic cover. I won this for so cheap. I think it was like $60 for a 9.2. I thought it was a great price. Just a classic cover. It's just a really great use of black and white to sort of, negative space. So just a classic cover. Amazing, Spectacular Spider-Man 101. Kind of a cool book. And it's just that there's nothing that's like key about the book. It's just a classic cover. It's just one of those classic covers. And the other one, this is a big book, and I'm really trying to get a run of this. I doubt I'll ever get a run, but it'd be cool to get, is Catman Comics number 25. So this is just a really cool book. It's not sure who did the cover. Rudy Palace cover. Some of the later ones had L.B. Cole doing the covers, but this one is, you know, and some of the most expensive ones from the run are the L.B. Cole covers. But this is just a really great, great book. I really like Catman, so I think I like Kitten. She's kind of cute. And yeah, so this is Catman Comics number 25. And these are quite rare for the most part. They're hard to find. So yeah, Catman Comics number 25. And it's one that actually presents incredibly well. You can learn how to tap on the back. So tap dance. So it's kind of funny. And it's just, I think the reason it's kind of a lower grade is it's a detached cover. Okay, so now one more bag. And see if I can get this out easily. So yeah, so every so often I have a lot like luck on Heritage where I will place a bunch of bids. I don't check my bids. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't overbid. So I try to control myself with Heritage because you can easily overbid. You get the FOMO. You feel like you're gonna miss out on a cool book, and sometimes you keep on bidding, and you got to watch the buyer's premium as well. So it can be kind of dangerous. Okay, so there's some raw books in here I can see. And there's some, I'm not sure if there's any more slabs, but we'll see. No, it looks like all raw books. Wow, okay. But there's some really great books in here. Super excited for some of these. And I was trying to get pretty good bids on some of the items like that. And I didn't expect to win some of these because I did put in kind of lower bids. Okay, wow. So much stuff to get out. Okay, so earlier I showed the Fun comic. And they had this one. I overpaid. I really overpaid for this. And I kind of feel like dumb for overpaying on this one. But I'll show it. This one I paid $80. But it is signed by a whole bunch of artists. So this is the More Fun comics. And it's signed by Adam Hughes. Whole bunch of people. What does it say? It says a couple of names. Adam Hughes, George Perez. I can't read. Yeah, just like a whole bunch of people that were involved with the creation of this comic. So, you know, some famous artists. It's kind of cool to have all their signatures. You know, that's why I picked it up, really. I just picked it up for all the signatures. So I thought, you know, this is kind of a cool book. You know, for $80, it was a little bit of an overpay. I've seen other copies of this that were around $50 you could buy with all the signatures as well, but not this cover. It was always the other cover. So I figured I'd get this one with, I like this cover. I thought the witch was kind of cute. So yeah, so that's More Fun comics. Oh yeah, and Frank Cho is another one that signed it. Okay, so the next thing was, this was kind of an interesting lot. Sometimes, like, I don't know, like, I think people were a little bit nervous or something because I won some really great lots really cheaply. So this lot, I think I was like $80, and it's 3 Golden Age comics. And it's all Famous Funnies. Famous Funnies 95 with Invisible Scarlett O'Neil. So kind of cool. So Famous Funnies 95. I like collecting her appearances. So that's 95. And then we got 146 is another one where she's sort of in the rain. You can see. So strange. This umbrella has been following me all the way from the beach. You know, so that's her there being invisible. They always like to show her invisible on the covers for some reason. And then we got 141. So 3 Golden Age books for like $80. I thought that was a pretty good deal. So this is kind of cool, and that's her right there. So I've been trying to get her cover appearances. And then next one that I won, that was kind of cool. There is what number is this? Zoot. Can't. It's Zoot. I think it's a Matt Baker cover too. So let me just see what it says here. Zoot number 14, and I believe this is a Matt Baker cover. It's kind of a cool comic. That's Rula on the cover. And I like Rula, so I've been collecting Zoots and Rulas and other jungle-related comics with her. So kind of cool, like JoJo and stuff like that. And speaking of JoJo, I'm actually trying to get the complete run of JoJo. I'm only one book away right now from getting the complete run. I just need number 25, and then I'll have the complete run. But this is number, doesn't say, one sec here, does it? This is number 20 from the JoJo run. These JoJo books, like certain ones can be really, really pricey. So this is JoJo Congo King number 20. And they would feature the art of Jack Kamen and Matt Baker. So kind of cool books, really great covers, really great good girl art covers. I'm not sure who did this one, but it's either Matt Baker or Jack Kamen. It's usually one of the two that would be involved with doing the covers. And I won some more funny, famous funnies. One sec here. This was just a small lot of 2. I actually have this one already. This is Famous Funnies number 121. But I won these really cheap. So I was like, okay. I just sort of won them for like a low bid. And 132. Another Scarlett O'Neill cover. I've been trying to get all of her covers. So, yeah. This is Famous Funnies 132. And strangely, the Famous Funnies don't really go for that much. Even in high grade, they're usually pretty cheap. Okay, we're getting into some kind of cool books now. There's some really great ones here. So many plastic things to pull out. So we get, this is my first of this series. This is Cowgirl Romances number 12. And this is a Maurice Whitman cover. Just a really great good girl art cover. You know, she's sort of watching as the guy that she likes is with some other girl. So kind of cool. Bit of a romance girl, good girl art cover. And then this is a lot I got for really cheap too. It was like under $100. So this is Cowgirl Romances number 4 or number, what number is that? Sorry, number 3, I think. Sorry, I can't really read the number. Another Maurice Whitman cover. Bit of a bondage cover too. She's been lassoed. So kind of cool. And in the previous video, I showed number 2 of this series. And there's only 2 issues. This is number 1. Slave Girl Comics number 1. So just a really great good girl art cover. So now I have the set for Slave Girl. So it's kind of a really great cover. Very sexy good girl art cover. And another lot that I won was some Jungle Comics. So Jungle Comics 95. They had a whole bunch of Jungle Comics. I only won this one lot. So Jungle Comics 95. Jungle Comics 97. I think I have this one already, but you know, it's still nice. And then Jungle Comics number 82. It's a really great cover. So yeah, these are really, really great. So Jungle Comics 82. Okay. And I think that is it. That is it for that was all my Heritage Auction wins. And yeah, I figured I'd just have that as one separate video within this series. So there was some pretty big books. That Catman book is quite rare. I think there's like less than 30 on the census. And the Catman books can command some pretty big money. I was able to get it for a fairly good price, which is always great. So thanks for watching. Yeah, stay tuned. There's a lot more big books coming up in the future videos. And yeah, some really cool things. I've already kind of gone through a little bit of it myself, like kind of organizing it. And there's some really amazing stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And bye for now.